First, I just want your reaction to this press tour that Mamdani's been on since Adams dropped out. He's making the rounds, and I want your take as a political professional. Do you think he's just making the most of this news cycle? Or do you think he's maybe a little bit more nervous about his inevitability, and that's why he's going everywhere?
Yeah, I think that it's smart for him to be cautious and not take anything for granted. I also think that just generally, whenever you have a shakeup, and we can get into whether this really is a shakeup, but there is an opportunity to sort of redefine the race. And so he's out there now, several months after being introduced to folks for the first time, and
Yep.
people have thoughts about him, and he's able to go speak on those issues. I actually think it's sort of a winning strategy for him because he'd much rather be on The View like he was today, being charming and having, joy, kind of smiling and laughing with him.
And the audience
Really,
loving him.
right, exactly. He got an in studio applause at The View for his
He
comments
sure
on
did.
Israel, right? So those moments are good for him. And I think he's been painted with such a broad brush by Trump and his critics that really on any issue, whether it's Israel or policing, hearing it from him, he has charisma, he's charming, he sounds very reasonable. Whether you actually agree with his points, the way he presents himself, he's going to come across better than what you may have had in mind if you were a staunch sort of opponent. So it benefits him there. And he'd rather not, I think, get into the policy debates. And that's where he's actually weak. And it's been interesting because earlier in September, the Cuomo camp was like, let's have 5 debates in 5 boroughs. And I think
Right.
I would bring that back if I'm Cuomo, because, the race is open to being redefined. You could argue it's more of a 2-person race now. And so why not have those conversations is what I'd be saying if I was Cuomo's camp, because I do want to hammer him on his policies.